What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV live. Understand this, though. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Yeah. I just like saying it. So, look, we are still in Black History Month, and we want to celebrate everything and everybody that's doing something to live their dreams and to make their dreams come true. I'm not freezing, you're freezing. It's your stuff. I'll put it all out there, buddy. Check your connection, because I'm watching it on screen. I'm not streaming. That's you. I mean, freezing. That's you. But anyway, we'll be all right. Welcome to the show today. We're going to be talking today to some, people that are making Black history, some coaches, in my old neck of the woods, who are making some strides in trying to make sure that these student athletes get to the next level. It's hard in certain situations where, they don't have people that are coming to your city, to these games, to recruit these kids. So now they're left all alone. What are these coaches doing? What is anybody doing to make sure that these guys are going to get to the next level? And being in a city where we're from, Gary, how do you keep these kids focused? How do you make sure that they're on track to do the next level? We're going to get started in a second, okay? But first, let's bring my people on, all right? Miss Gina Gasson, what's up? And then you come on and mute again. You never unmute.
I thought it automatically unmutes
Nah.
when the music goes off.
Mine automatically unmutes, but yours have to unmute yourself.
Oh, see, that ain't right.
Oh,
That is not right.
I'm that dude. Anyway.
I'm
up?
excited about our guest today. Local guest talking about something that is very positive, and I just can't wait.
Cool. Bring everybody else on for me, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
No skill.
Let's see. We have our very own Miss Doubtfire, Marcy the Lemonade.
The lemonade, what? We can't hear you now.
I hear her. She's not muted.
I was not muted.
She's purposely doing that.
Hello, everyone. I am also excited today. Anything dealing with youth, I am so excited. Anything that will help our youth move forward and move up. I am excited for this show today.
Absolutely. We also have our Chippendale.
Woo!
Hey, Mac.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's that? Who told you that?
Hey, Mac.
Oh,
Who told you that?
Told us that you were a Chippendale.
Yeah.
We found out yesterday.
How'd you find that out?
you don't remember after the show you showed us one of your routines? You forgot?
Oh, you guys are messing around. No, I was actually a Chippendale.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Ain't got nothing
You
to do
told
with
us.
that. Got nothing to do with that. Maurice, where you at?
All right.
Moby.
Hey,
Get him,
Maurice.
Moby. Get him.
No, I'm not gonna mess with him about that. Chippendale.
Y'all on your own on
No,
that one,
bro.
okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with you.
We're
What's
joking,
happening,
but
people?
it's true.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Hell, the gang's all here. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Hey,
Hey, Miss
Carl.
Brenda.
Everybody
Hello.
say hello.
Hey, Carl. How are you?
Hey,
So
Mr.
today,
Ramsey. Funny man.
today we wanna start this conversation. You know, again, a lot of kids are, you know, they got hoop dreams, they got football dreams, track dreams, and this and that. But how do they get to the next level? Especially when the air is that nobody's coming to see them, nobody's coming to check them
Trying
out.
to recruit. Yeah.
You know, how do we get to that level? What are these coaches doing to ensure that at least they have a chance, they have an opportunity? And we got a couple of guys that are going to come on and explain that to us. I don't know who that is, Gina. Actually, it's Dorothy Coleman. She's just listening, so we are good. We're all good. We got Mr. Nick Moore. He's a product of Gary Schools, actually charter school, Thea Bowman Leadership Academy. And during his stay there, I think they won 3 championships. They started from absolutely positively nothing, and they won 3 championships. The group of guys that he played with, they all played together, and wound up doing his. Well, I'll let him tell his story when he comes in. He'll be here in about 5 minutes, and then we have Coach Larry Upshaw. He's with 21st Century Charter, and he's instrumental in getting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eugene German. He's actually a pro basketball player. He's playing in Germany right now, and he's on his way to. He put him. I mean, I call this guy the second Steph Curry. Okay, this guy he'll step back.
Okay.
Step back to that 3-point line. I haven't seen him miss yet, man. Of course, I haven't seen all of his games, but I haven't seen him miss yet. Brenda, you put a sad emoji up here. You all right? Is everything good? We just want to know. And that's what we're going to talk about. We had Destiny Cruz, but Destiny had something else that she had to do. But Destiny was actually a high school basketball player as well, and she actually made it to the ABA, the American Basketball Association, which restarted 2 years ago. And she's had some obstacles to get that have deterred her from getting to the next level.
Oh, she'll get there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's a strong individual. So, but while we're waiting on our guest, all right, I'm Kevin. You were an athlete back in school, man. You know, how hard was it to get people to? And I don't know if it was hard, but these kids these days have limited opportunities now because a lot of these, especially in the city that we came from, a lot of the high schools, they're now charter schools there. And those charter schools aren't getting the looks or the recruiters coming through like they used to be. I mean, is that do you think that that's a deterrent for most of the people there?
Yeah, because the conversation's not there. I know when I grew up, I went to a very special school. I went to Dayton Roosevelt, which was a sports school. Anyone and everyone in the city of Dayton that played a sport, that's where you went. We kind of dominated in every sport. So we had, big colleges looking at a lot of our athletes. But when I started to coach years later, years after my career had ended, here in the Philadelphia area in Phoenixville, unless you were a standout school with a record that brought national attention, you were invisible to recruiters. And a lot of the small schools in the area, you had to contact them. You had to create tapes and send it to them. But it was like you were the last picked. No matter how talented you were the last picked. and it's hard. A lot of times families didn't have the financial wherewithal. They didn't understand that, going into the collegiate environment, that your scholarship, if you entered on a scholarship, it was questionable depending on your performance or who else they brought in. I had a kid that, I sent to St. Joe's, that his scholarship was pending on him sharing a scholarship with someone else, and it wasn't guaranteed. And we went to another school and actually negotiated an opportunity, no matter even if he got hurt, he was guaranteed a college education. So those are conversations that people that are nurturing and mentoring these young kids should be having conversations well into the beginning of their careers. Matter of fact, they should actually teach a course on how to enter college as a collegiate athlete. The other thing is, too, I walked into an environment where the kids were running the program, and that changed when I got there. Because that's not the environment that I grew up in. Is because there's so few kids that were coming out for sports. They were dictating to the coaches what they were going to do, when they were going to show up, and whatever. And the fact that the parents were so involved in the athletic program, and you couldn't make a decision on the field without the consulting the parents in the stand. And it wasn't like that in my day. When I first got there, the first thing I told the parents is, look, there's a reason why they put the field and the track where it is and where they put the stands. I said, in the event that you have an issue with anything I'm doing with your child, because I'm, developing young men, I'll be more than happy to talk to you as long as you've got a uniform on and you're on the 50-yard line. Otherwise, let me coach your child.
And see, you know what, Kevin, that's a problem, okay? And I think that, especially in the city that we grew up in, we had counselors, and we had people that were showing up to be recruited. I mean, Gary, Indiana had some top
superstars.
Names. We had I don't know if and I can go back. Lawrence Demick played with the New York Knicks. We had Winston Garland who played. We got Darius Garland right now, who just got through playing in the All-Star game. Glenn Robinson, Gary, Indiana. But the recruiters don't come now because these charter schools don't have the visibility like these high school. Go ahead, Maurice.
So did they cut back the sports programs and stuff? Because ours weren't super robust at Westside, but they were highly visible. So did they cut it back when they changed all that stuff to charter schools and things?
I believe that when they as the time went by and they started getting charter schools, right? Charter schools are funded by someone else, all right?
And privately funded, yeah.
And their focus really wasn't sports,
test scores and academics.
Yeah, which is cool. The education is cool, okay, but these kids now they're being cut off from dreams. You got guys that are super basketball players, all right. And the other thing that I wanted to talk to the coaches about when they come on is, how do you create that balance? We need student athletes again, because all of these guys now are failing these classes and trying to be athletes, as opposed to trying to get that education and become an athlete. You need to have something to fall back on. You can't be stupid, And they used to push. A lot of people used to push these guys through as well.
They write them through too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's pushing them through.
I had a student which was probably the reason, most of the reason I quit coaching at Phoenixville. Young, black kid, great running back, going into his senior year and trying to keep him academically eligible. I gave him a test of the 100 words, most common words used in the English language. And we were sitting there and he goes, Coach, I don't know this word. And I go, sound it out. He says, I can't. I said, let me see the word. And literally, when I looked at the word, it brought tears to my eyes, because I'm saying, before I got there, they were pushing this kid through because he was getting yards. And the word was I.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I can't be part of this.
No.
I can't be part of this.
Well, you remember Earl Campbell was the same way,
Yep. And the reason why they even asked me to coach is because they couldn't get black kids to come out to Phoenixville to play football. I'm going, how do you do that? when the largest population of your school is Latino and Black, and you can't get them out. And the Black kids basically said you couldn't get a fair chance, couldn't get a shot.
And see,
I went there. Yep, I went there, and transferred over to the track team, and we had state champions after that.
I know my son played baseball and football in high school, and he's been playing sports since he was 6 years old. Now I know he enjoyed it, but what I did as a parent, number one, I'm not dad. I'm not, I'm not there. I go to every practice and this and that, but the coach is your dad now. Okay, when you're on the field, when you're doing what you do, don't look for me to save you when you're doing something wrong. That coach is out there to do it. All right, I would never get on the field and cuss a coach out of this and that. But on the same token, there's a semblance of respect that that the coaches have to have for these kids because they're big, because they're out on the field and this and that. Coaches are sometimes deemed as bad guys because they're yelling at the kids and this and that. So the mothers, the sports mothers, they get really offended and really sensitive because their kid is being yelled at by somebody who's not their dad or not them. So, and I know my son's mom used to always say, "Greg, go out there and tell him this." And no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. They have to learn. But with my son, what I did as a parent, I took footage. I took footage of his performance on the field, baseball and football, and because no one else was really doing it. Now, at the time, he had a great coach, a great athletic director, but the athletic director couldn't take care of all of the kids. He had a basketball background. He did a great job. I mean, a fantastic job at what he did, and I can say that. But after he left the school, I didn't see anything else going on with my son. Didn't even want to go there to visit anymore, because everything had went down. So, and they still had a fantastic football coach as well. I'm not knocking these programs. I'm just saying, there has to be some type of a balance, and you have to also let these kids know that there's something to look forward to. If you do this, you do that, and I don't think kids are properly motivated.
And that starts when they're in grade school and being coached. And I think a lot of times, at least when you get to the high school level, from my experience, is that a lot of times you coach the sport out of the kid. The kids are not taught at the lower levels to love the game. It's because you get a lot of coaches that have not completed their hoop dream or their football fantasy and whatever, and then they try to instill that and finish what was incomplete about their life and your kids. And I think in the younger years, in the formative years before they reach high school, you've got to coach not to win, but coach for the love of the game, to understand the game. And I'm not a big fan of everyone playing. I think, kids need to understand that, you can only dress the kids that are willing to put in the work and so forth. But the other thing is too, if you've got that one kid that doesn't have a stable environment, and I will say me, I was a victim. I had two choices: football or the streets. If it had not been for my coaches, being that positive role model and being in a system, when I saw people graduating, going to college, and there was a big fan base where the school itself supported the athletic programs, not just football, baseball. Most institutions right now look at the sports program as taking something away from the institution. And when everyone is trying to create school pride, wearing that uniform it's something you protect. You won't have kids vandalizing your school when they're wearing that uniform, and you'll give other kids something to look forward to. When you talk about the next man up, my coach always says, pull Macklemore out of the game. You play like you've been playing there all season long. I remember a game I got hurt, and they pulled me out, and the guy that was, playing behind me was doing too well. And I said, something, I called him to the sideline. I went back and played. He was doing too good. Coaches are not like that anymore. When they see your heart, they see your passion for the game. but it was always taught to us that education came first. Football supported the education. And if you're all about winning, um, it's real tough to have a kid show up at the next level and then start trying to teach him what it feels like to be part of a team when the coach made him the team coach, fundraiser, and everything else. And no matter who the biggest star is on the team, you don't treat him better than the guy that's sitting on the bench every single week and showing up as the Rudy, trying to make you that much better. And I think it comes from teaching the love of the game and the adults understanding it is a game, but for some children, it's an opportunity to provide them with a higher education, and for some, a better life. But the foundation has to be set there so when they do get those opportunities, they don't end up on the 6 o'clock news or ESPN throwing their shirt in the stands and walking out and no one understanding what's going on.
So let me get this in here real quick. Brenda's had a comment. She said, "I'm good. She's just frustrated with the charter school, Lighthouse College prep. She says she's tried going to the game tonight to support the team as her granddaughter is a cheerleader, but no spectators allowed. She went to a game at Westside versus Andrean supporting her nephew, who's the first black coach. She said the charter schools aren't right. Sorry, schools are not like it was when we attended." And Lenita Charleston says the athletic director requirements was old.
Old school.
Old school, I'm sorry. The team was a team. They ate lunch together, studied together, went to church together, all right? And she's watching us on YouTube. Thank you. So having said that, let's bring on these coaches, all right? Because these coaches, I think, they changed the game as far as being coaches. They're not just a standard type coach. They care about these kids. They want these kids to excel. They want these kids to prosper. And they're very, very, very driven, trying to get these kids to the next level. First, we got Coach Nick Moore. Everybody say hello to Mr. Coach Nick Moore.
Hi, Coach Moore.
How y'all doing?
Great to have you.
All right, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I was talking about Coach Moore. He came up in a system that was a very driven system. Okay, and these guys that he played with at the time he was a player, they played together from kids, and they got to the high school level, and they just dominated. Period. Until he graduated, just dominated. It was a good program. And we got Coach Larry Upshaw. He's
Welcome.
How are you?
21st Century in Gary, Indiana, and doing some great things with these kids, man. And both of these gentlemen are making sure that these kids at least have hope, have some opportunity to go to the next level, and they make sure that these kids stay on point too. Because I know both of these guys, and they don't play. All right, yeah, basketball look like a fun game when you out there on the court. You in the stands watching these guys on the court, they're having fun. Okay, but these coaches go through hell trying to make these guys do the right thing. All right. Coach Moore, let's start with you first, man. You want to tell us a little bit about the things that you're doing and about yourself?
Yep, no problem. Well, right now we got a youth program. Basically got kids from 3rd through 8th grade. We travel, basically AAU program. We basically bring these kids in from different schools, different cities, and we get them an opportunity 3-4 times out the week. You know, they get those 2 hours to just come in the gym, you know, release some energy, learn some fundamentals about life or just about basketball. And it's just a safe haven, man, for a few hours out the week. You know, they just get to come in and they get to mingle with their peers. You know, the time we in right now with COVID and everything, they've been cooped up in the house so long. So it's just providing them with an opportunity to get out and mingle with friends and do something positive and get some constructive criticism at the same time. And they just doing what they love, and that's playing basketball.
And so you make them enjoy it as well, okay? Because they look forward to coming to see you. They look forward to coming to see their teammates, and you got some guys that you play with helping coach you as well, which is the fluid attitude in there is it's amazing, man. I've heard so much about it. Okay, Coach Upshaw, same question to you, man. What are you doing? What do you got? You can't hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, you got your program going at the 21st century, all right? All right. And actually, he's instrumental in helping the guy that I was talking about earlier, Eugene German, get to where he's at right now because he coached Eugene German as well. You want to tell us about your program and what you're doing?
Right now we're number one in the state of Indiana, going into tournament play. But rankings mean nothing. But big ups to the kids for holding down their academics, though. That's the most important thing. This program, I try to run it as much like a college program as possible to prepare them for the next level. That means we have study hall three days a week. We had 6 a.m. practices the other 2 days, so they get a chance to get out of school kind of early and get back to their books. Most 85% of the boys on the team, aside from the freshmen, are close to receiving the associate's degree. While they're still in high school. Just speaking to how disciplined these kids are, their families, everybody's dedicated. And we had a show a few months ago, I want to say in the summertime, just speaking of trying to help these kids get recruited and get scholarships to big universities because the talent is there, we just don't get seen. So what I did was I put together a schedule where we traveled outside of Indiana a couple of times. I fought with a couple of different people, including the state of Indiana, to let us travel because they had like restrictions. So we was able to travel to Missouri. We went to Illinois. We've been to Indianapolis a couple of times. I had a game scheduled with the school in Michigan, Detroit Renaissance, but they kind of put a stop to it. But just trying to get our guys the notification and notoriety that the other guys like from Chicago, who's 20 minutes away, the notoriety that they get. So
something that I've always heard that there were different divisions. Can you explain what the different divisions are and who determines that and what exactly does that mean?
Who's that question to, Marcel?
Pardon me?
So who's that question to?
Either one of the coaches.
There's 4 different divisions in Indiana, and it's determined by enrollment. So my school, 21st Century Charter, is a 1A school. Our high school enrollment is just right under 500.
Okay.
And like a bigger school like Westside, whose enrollment is up like above the thousands, they're a 4A school. But the divisions are just determined by enrollment.
And so does that determine what other schools that you can play, or like say Maryville versus Westside? I don't remember those schools, or Maryville against 21st Century, or does it have to be in the same city?
It doesn't have to be in the same city. That part is pretty much up to the athletic director and the school and the principal to allow those 2 schools to compete. We're a 1A school. We try to play as many big schools as we can to kind of have stiff competition. A lot of schools do frown upon playing us because we are a 1A school. But after they play us or see us play, their thoughts of us usually change. Whether we win or lose the game, we always come with respect and and play the game the right way. So,
all right. So Nick, let me ask Nick a quick question because your efforts are different, okay? Because you got AAU teams, so you have to work a little bit harder to get these games scheduled. Am I correct?
No, I think it's about the same. AAU is a year-round sport, so it's pretty easy to get games and tournaments. But the difference kind of with AAU and school, AAU you got to pay. Most tournaments you got to pay to get in. It may be a fee. School, those games are mostly free. You play a game, you set up a schedule. Only way you pay, if you just break the contract, you don't show up or something like that, or you go to a tournament for your school team. So for the most part, it's not too hard getting AAU games at all.
Okay.
So with AAU teams, do they also go by your grades and things of that nature? Are there programs for those students as well?
Yep. You got to play with your grade level, age. So if you're in 5th grade, you got to play with 5th graders. You can play up, but you just can't go down. So if you're in 5th grade, you're good enough to play with 7th or 8th graders. You can always play. You can go up in the division, but you can never play with kids that's younger than you.
Okay, so we got Larry had to go and he's ending up practice because he was actually at practice right now, and he's going to pop back on. So we'll still be here when he gets back. So
Hey,
go ahead, Kevin.
I was going to say, Greg, when you get Mr. Upshaw back on, tell him to send me tape
You can
because
tell him.
I have
You can
a
tell him.
direct, huh?
You can tell him.
All right, I have a direct line to Billy Owens that used to play with Golden State Warriors is one of my close friends. I have access to Syracuse, to St. Joe's here, Villanova, and some of the local schools here on the East Coast. I don't have a problem with running some of their games, their film, interviewing, showing their stories to draw attention to them. You know, if they want to call out anyone on the East Coast to come out and play, I'll create a trash talk video to have your kids play anywhere.
A trash talk video. Okay.
Wow.
So Coach Moore, what's the and that's great, Kevin. Thank you. What's the age limit for your team?
Man, honestly, we started out, we just wanted to do 6th grade, 8th grade, and high school. But the first day we had tryouts, we probably like had 150 kids show up.
Wow.
And yeah. So what we ended up doing was we just combined most of the age groups. So we got a 6th grade team, but we got like 4th and 5th graders playing with them. We got an 8th grade team, which we got 7th grade. We combined them with 7th graders. And then we had a high school team, which we just combined 9th through 12th. And that was just due to the fact we didn't want to turn any kids around. We obviously couldn't keep all 150 kids, but we've been to tournaments and they've been, hey, like y'all got 20 kids on the side, can y'all come play an extra game? Can you take 10 kids and go to the other court? So just seeing all those kids, it's just hard. And some of them you cut and they still show up.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot of those kids, we like, man, you can't cut them twice. So you might as well let them stay, man. Them the type of cats them type of cats.
Hey, those the determined ones. Yeah, the ones who like you might have cut me, but I'm still coming. I'm still gonna try.
They not taking no 4 answers.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is a possibility that you can have more teams than just 1 or 2 or whatever in each group. What would prevent you from actually doing that? Is it financial or not enough coaches, or what is it exactly that can help you so that if you have 200 kids come out, you can put all those 2 kids out on different teams?
Yeah, no, you hit it on the head. Resources, coaching, having the help come out. You know, it's like I said, it's a little different from school because these tournaments you go to, you got to come out of pocket. You got to pay for these tournaments for each team. So it may be 150 a team or 300 a team. So those things add up, and then just the gym space at that also. So you kind of got to break the gym down, and we try to give our kids the best experience. So we try to get as much practice in and try to make the much space as possible. So we try not to overload the gym with too many kids, but being that they having a good time, we still able to teach. We try to keep the most kids as possible. So in the future, we're just looking to add more grade levels. Like we got 3rd graders, in the gym with 6th graders. So we're just looking to add more teams and more divisions and looking to expand and keep growing.
How can the community help you more and better? What can the community do to help?
Yeah, so we take donations. If any gym time will help, anybody know any connections with any gyms that'll open their gym up, for a nice price, willing to use different gyms just for practice. So, it's really not always about the money, it's just about resources and helping out. We have parents donate Gatorade, donate water, donate, 5-10 pair of gym shoes for kids who don't have, necessary equipment or gym shoes. So we're looking to get in all avenues of donations and any type of help. Parents that want to come out and help coach. If we got 5-6 teams, we need 2-3 coaches for each team. So we're all ears, and I'm open to anybody that's willing to help. Honestly,
This is your is this your first or second year doing this in this level? Because I know you were a coach at a school as well.
Yeah, this is our first year. We've been going at it since November. So we started November 1st. Our 5th grade team actually won the tournament a few weeks ago. And we've been going for about 3-4 months, and we're just growing, man. It's good to see the young kids show up every day. They determined, they love being there, and you can see the enthusiasm on their face. So, it's a good thing to see.
And see, with me, and I'm gonna tell you, because I've been knowing you for a long time. You got you. It's in your blood. It's in your bones, I should say. Okay, because now the name of the team is the Falcons, correct? Okay, and that was actually the same name of the AAU team that you played on a long time ago, correct?
Yeah, a good 20 years ago, man. Good 20 years ago.
You don't look like you after 20 years after that. You don't look that young, man.
Well,
I mean, old.
He said 20.
He said 20.
I thought he said 2. I was like, okay.
No,
20.
20 years ago, yeah.
20. Yeah, I'm like, man, really?
Yeah.
You don't look that.
I was about 7, 8 years old. My dad, Marvin Ray, who passed away in an accident, he started the youth program.
Sorry to hear that.
Appreciate it. He started the youth program with Gary Falcons. So, I was just around a bunch of kids, and we kind of did this in dedication for him. We just put the Marvin Ray on it, and we kept the Falcons. And he with us every day, man, and he with these kids. And so we just did this really for dedication for him, and we doing it for the kids. So we can name him alive.
That's what we're saying, football and baseball at the Bowman. A great coach. I mean, he has a basketball history of his own from Roosevelt High School in Gary, Indiana. And he came to that school, and that school really didn't even have a program at all.
Yeah.
He literally built that program. And Nick was on, 3 or 4 championship teams?
Man, so they went downstate 4 times. I was a part of the first championship in 2010. So we went 2 for 4. We won twice, lost. We won twice and lost twice. So luckily I was on the end of the winning end. So it was a great experience.
They was trying to cheat him too, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Moore, I have a quick question. I know you had some difficulties as a coach at Lighthouse, and you turned that negativity into a positive by taking Theo Boma down to a state championship. How did you rebound from that? How did you take that negative and turn it into a positive?
Honestly, family. I got a tight-knit family. They kept me above water. I always pray, I look to God, for help, when I'm questioning certain things. So at the end of the day, I knew my heart was in the right place. So it was about a passion. I love the game and I love the kids. So I'm always on that side of it. I'm always in it for the kids and the passion and the love for the game. So sometimes that may come off the wrong way for some. They might not understand it. They might not agree with it. But, for me, I work in the school system. So when I walk and I talk to these kids every day, we talk about real life. We talk about things they're going through at home. We talk about things they've been through in their life, and it's tragic. So I relate to them in a different way, and it's bigger than basketball when it comes to me. So, sometimes that passion may come off, the wrong way. So for me, it was just staying strong, man. It was, I got a lot of encouragement from different people in the community and my family, and it just kind of come around with the Falcons. It really just happened naturally, honestly.
And see, we spoke about that earlier about how, the coaches and the kids' relationships. Okay, sometimes, like you just said, it comes off wrong, and the parents. How difficult have parents been as you trying to coach your kid with the when you may come off wrong? How difficult have the parents been for you?
You know what? Honestly, I've been lucky enough over my short career coaching. I've probably only been coaching 4 or 5 years, but through those years, I've built a great relationship with my parents. Because they know when somebody's really there for their kids and they care about them. So I've had the great chance of being around some great parents. So I don't have any complaints with the parents. We may bump heads or see things differently, but at the end of the day, they're leaving the kids in my hands. And at the end of the day, I realize they are their kids. So when it comes to a bigger picture, whether they want to play for a certain summer league team or something like that, I can give my opinion. We may not agree on it. So, you know, we go with the parents' decision at the end of the day, but I've definitely been lucky enough to have a great group of parents surrounded by me.
Well, I commend you for the work that you're doing and the commitment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is a difficult job. I had a daycare, and it is not, dealing with kids and the parents is very difficult. So
Right.
I commend you as well.
Well, again, he had that good training, okay? Because I guess as a coach, I know Marvin. He used to talk. He used to, he had a great relationship with everybody. But when you're on the court, you're focused. You're laser focused on that game with those kids, all right? And anything else is said behind his back or in his ear and this and that, it doesn't make a difference, all right? You there for one thing and one thing only right now, and that's the number one, get these kids through this game, and number two, make sure that if they win or lose, they had a good game. Period. Right? They're not down. And
Coach,
go ahead. I'm sorry,
Coach Moore. Conversations with life, sports, and education. How do you combat that? How do you reach the kids to separate the reality of what could be with sports and what could be with sports with a good education?
Right. So, well, I'll tell my athletes, education, life, it all goes hand in hand. Basketball, sports, it goes hand in hand. For me, it started at a young age. So, for me, at 7, 8 years old, however old I was, in my household, you couldn't play ball unless you had grades. Forget what the standard was at the school or what your principal said. No, in the household, you got to be at a 2.5, 3.0. Your behavior got to be together in order to play ball. So those are the values that I took to my team and my kids when I started coaching. It was like, listen, these are the state recommendations, but these are our team requirements. The team requires you to be at a certain grade point level. I'm gonna hold you to a certain standard as far as being respectful and conducting yourself as a young man or young lady, because I work with both. And those type of things, like I tell them, you may not go. I want everybody to go pro. I want all y'all to play pro basketball. That's the goal. But at the end of the day, how you carry yourself is gonna go way further. Your education is gonna go way further, because you can't play sports when you're 45, 50 years old. That's for like Tom Brady, LeBron James. They the anomalies, right? Most professional athletes may last 5 to 8 years top. So what you gonna do when you get done dribbling the basketball? That time is gonna come, and at that point it's gonna be about what have you learned in life, manners, education. So that's what I just try to reflect that and get that message to my kids, and I pound that in their head every day.
I worked briefly at a high school, and I got really close to a lot of the athletes. And one thing I used to push was that education, because I would always tell them that if you don't have an education, you don't have anything really that you might be able to fall back on. And bless God that we had programs set up, like he was saying, like the study hall and different things like that, to make sure the kids were doing what they had to do scholastically. And one particular young man who played football, I used to always, his family was pushing, you going to the NFL, you're going to the NFL. And I one day just stopped him. I said, so what if something happens where you can't go to the NFL? Are you just going to push out your education? Bless God, he did go to college, had a football scholarship, but he got injured. And so he could no longer play any sport. And I bless God that he continued on with his education. But a lot of kids don't look at where something later can happen, and you still need your education, because even if you do make it to professional sports, you need to know how to budget, how to do your finances. You need to know how to pretty much be a businessman. You can hire people to do that, but it's always wise to know how to do it yourself, because people can come in and try to take advantage of you, especially if they know you don't know what they're doing. So that's very key with that education, getting kids off the streets. And I truly commend you for what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. And they can look at their favorite athletes today. I use a lot of their favorite athletes: Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, whoever your favorite athlete is, look at what they doing outside of basketball.
Yeah.
You know, look,
They're
forget
already
about
entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
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 they're
yeah.
already
They got,
prepping for that life after the game.
Yep, exactly.
So Nick, have you on the other side of everything, have you lost any of these kids?
Lost as far as
you coach them, you see them every day and this that, and all of a sudden
yeah.
they're gone.
Into the streets.
Or the streets have gotten them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I have, and that's one of the saddest parts. You know, one of the happiest moments is when you see a kid walk across the stage. They get a basketball scholarship. For me, that's the most exciting part. But then, on the back end, you see a kid when you leave, he may, get locked up or go to jail or, some catastrophe. Or I had a kid. I lost him to gunfire. So, as much as we love these kids and we love to see them succeed, the hardest part about it is you do lose some of them. So yeah, I've definitely lost some.
It's gotta be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be one of the most difficult
They're
moments
like
as a coach.
his babies.
You've done all that you can to try to keep this guy here and he still has that influence and chooses the streets as opposed to the narrow path, I'll call it.
Yeah,
I guess probably one of the hardest things to teach is how to avoid those potholes and things.
Yeah.
That's probably one of
actions.
You're not with them 24 hours a day.
Right.
So especially when they leave you, you're not with them 24 hours.
And that is the hardest part of, I had two kids. I had one of our star receivers got a full scholarship. Parents won the lottery, and they were remodeling the house before he went to school. He was in the house, fell asleep. House caught on fire. He got burned alive.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Full scholarship. One of the nicest kids in the world. And then the other, I had a kid that state champion hurdler. He was one of the kids. My first year coaching track, organized a boycott because they didn't want to follow the rules. And I said, one of you guys is going to graduate from here and be a state champion. I said, everyone else is going to watch him. So whoever wants to be part of that championship, hit the track. And it took me 2 years to get close enough to him to show him that I knew what I was doing. And he hung himself. And he lived right around the corner from me. And it was the hardest thing because I kept saying, every time I drove by his house, I'm going to stop in and check on him. And I kept driving by because I had to get home. And I'm going, what if I had stopped by, would I have caught him before or had this conversation? And it's amazing because he was graduating on top.
Wow.
And no one saw it coming.
This is why, coaches are role models. They put themselves in a position to be role models. But I'm telling you, even in the positions that we are, I don't want to be a role model. All right. I want people to look and see me and see what I've done, in entertainment and this and that. But I don't want to be that role model where they say I want to be just like him and this and that. All right. I want you to be yourself. All right. Nick, we're talking with Coach Nick Moore. He has the Marvin Ray Eagles AAU team, and he's doing a whole lot to make sure that these kids are focused and that they become student athletes as opposed to just athletes. He just left, but he's working with his phone. He'll be back. How difficult though, man, would it be to put all your efforts into these kids? Fantastic basketball player, football player, track, and then they decide, I don't want to do it no more. You put all of this effort into it, but I don't want to do it anymore.
It's tough. It's tougher when you're in a school system that doesn't promote the program. It's tough when you're trying to reach a kid and you find out that for whatever reason, outside forces are stronger than your influence on the kid. And it's harder when you come back 10 years later and you run into the kid and his life is in shambles and the kid says, I wish I had listened.
Man. I'm so glad that I ran when I ran in the Nick 10, 15 years ago. He couldn't even really talk to me because he was so busy trying to help these kids put something together for these kids to do something other than just hang out on the street. Okay, so again, as everybody else said, I commend you for that. Okay, Lanita says, Coach Moore, let us know where to take water and Gatorade donations. One of you guys get that information and we'll post it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll drop the information in the chat below.
Okay.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Awesome.
Yep, definitely.
Thank you, Lanita.
So, I'm sorry.
I'm thanking Lanita for the donations.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, and anybody
for the future donations.
Anybody that wants to talk to Coach Moore, he's on Facebook, Nick Moore, and you want to donate your time, your some money, some material, some just like Lanita, Gatorade and water. Make sure you get at him, all right? Because he's doing a great thing. These kids, he's doing an unconventional way, which it's been around for a while, but it's not the high school setting. It's a setting. He takes his money, his time, and the other coaches that come on and taking their time to teach these kids the game of basketball. And he's not necessarily guaranteeing any. And correct me if I'm wrong. You're not guaranteeing anybody that they're gonna get to the NBA, right?
No, not at all. Only thing we can guarantee you right now is a lot of conditioning. 2 hours of hard work, 2 hours of hard work and fun, man. That's what we can definitely guarantee. And like I said, these kids, they show up. We practice 3 days out the week, and practice at 7, they there at 6:45, 6:50, and full tilt. So no, it's a great thing to see.
It is, man. I'm so proud of you, bro, for real, man. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, man, Nick, from what I saw, this is the quietest dude I ever seen in my life. He was doing all. And for him to speak so loudly by actions, you know what I'm saying? It's a tremendous thing. I'm telling you, it was just an amazing moment for me to watch these kids grow. I've seen Nick since he was in the Falcons 20-something years ago, okay? And to watch these kids grow to the level that they got to, seeing how disciplined they were on the court when Marvin was coaching them. And it's just amazing, Nick, man. I'm so proud of you, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody on here. I appreciate the outlet, you giving. So, everybody, donations and different things of that nature. It's all going back to the kids. So I definitely appreciate you. The program appreciate it. And, we just going to try to keep expanding, try to keep growing so we can get all age groups and grade levels in there. And we're actually looking at doing a girls squad too. We got a couple, we got 3 or 4 girls, man, and they might be better than the boys. So
it will be girl power.
Anyway, Gina. Anyway,
you know what? Something about what you're doing, Nick. Also, something that a lot of people don't look at in our community. We don't have a lot of these families don't have a strong male figure. And whether they excel at basketball or whatever, and they're on the team, they're learning discipline. They have that male figure that is very much needed. And I don't care what race you are, that male figure is really needed for young children, especially our young Black boys. So that, again, I commend you for that. There are so many positives within your program that it's, yeah. Do you have a website set up or something for your team, or?
No, so all the information I put on my personal Facebook page, Nick Moore. So you can add me on there, message me. I'm pretty much open and free to talk about different things. So yeah, you can contact me on Facebook.
Okay,
that's number one right there. Okay, let's get Nick a website set up, y'all. Whoever out there that does websites, let's get him a website set up. We got to do it for free, all right? He's doing everything out of his pocket. We got to make sure that we support this effort. Okay, it's my hometown, y'all, so we got to support. So if there's somebody that can do websites, anybody that's watching right now that knows someone, let's get this website done for him, all right? If that's okay with you, Nick. Y'all contact Nick. He'll tell you what he wants on the website.
Mhm.
We're gonna hook that up. Okay, we got this. All right, most definitely. Matter of fact, what else you need, Nick, to get going?
Man, like I said, if anybody out there, got connection with some gym space, we got so many kids and so many different age groups that the more gym space we can get, the better. We can get some work in. And where are you located? I'm answering this question down here, Trey. We located in Gary. We're located in Gary, Indiana, but we got kids from everywhere. We got kids from Portage, Maryville, Hammond, East Chicago. So no matter where you're from, they welcome to come for sure.
Can you get together your wish list? I know you made a comment about some of the children don't have shoes, the Gatorade, the water, other things. Is AAU a nonprofit?
Yep, not for profit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, definitely we'll get together a wish list and we'll tap back in and get it to you guys.
Because that way the public will know exactly what it is that you need, and how how we can better help you with things and your okay. I'm gonna get back with you.
We got people, Nick. This airs on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. Okay, so I'm reaching out to the people that watches on LinkedIn. Okay, if you're a business and you can sponsor this team or sponsor a team, to do traveling or something like that. Get it Nick Moore. He's on Facebook. It's just Nick Moore. 4 letters in the first name, Nick Moore. Okay, and y'all just get at us. Okay, we want to make sure that we help this team get to where it needs to get to, so that it can successfully compete with anybody out there. Okay, and if I know, knowing Nick and the things that I know about him, ain't nobody. The other teams probably ain't gonna win, but still, it'd be a good game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the other thing to our viewers, and I know some people have their biases about athletes. You have to remember. I mean, because I was one of those kids that were at high risk, and sports provided me with an opportunity to have the life that I have. Having coaches like Coach Moore is the first example of a human being that actually cares for them.
Right.
Yes.
Okay? They're the first role model or human being that provides an outlet for them where hope when they can have a better life. When a kid travels from his neighborhood to another neighborhood and he sees green trees, he sees, clean streets or whatever, it provides him with a vision of where it could be a better life. So if you're one of these people sitting on the fence and saying, oh, this is just another sports team, an outlet for black athletes, whatever, look at it as an outlet for a human being to have a better chance at life, and take him or her out of a situation when her life is at risk, and put them in a situation where their life can be rewarded for the gift that they have.
Okay, Tree says she wants to help support. Keep me posted on his wish list. Okay, Tree. Just so you know, Nick, she has she does drinks and she does some food as well. Okay, so when she says she wants to help support, she's going to help support. So thank you, Tree. We appreciate you. We will definitely get you in contact with Coach Moore, so you can do. Okay, you as well, Lanita. Just inbox him on Facebook, and he'll tell you everything that you need to do. And the other thing is, he didn't ask us for anything. All right, but once you come on the show, we got to do what we can to make sure that we get help out there. All right, not saying that you need our help, but that's what we want to do because it's a great cause. All right, you taking these kids off the street, and it's and see, that's the thing. The high school, kids got to go to school. They got to go to school, so they're going to be in there. They're going to try out for the basketball team. They make it. They don't make it. Okay, it is what it is. All right. And not saying anything bad about that, but that's the way it's been. All right. He has an AAU team. All right. These are kids that are coming from off the street. All right. And they want to play ball. They want to do something else other than be out there on the street. And he's allowing them to do that. And he's giving them the opportunity to say, okay, you can be better than what you are. We can make it so that, I guaranteeing anything, but we can make it so that you can create opportunities. And that's the biggest part of that, creating opportunities for them to do something else. All right. And Nick, I mean, what's your future goal for your business?
Yeah, honestly, man, to expand, I want to do K through 12, all grade levels. I want to do boys and girls because I feel like the girls don't have nearly as much as opportunity as the boys. So seeing the girls come out and they playing, they mixed in with the boys, they practice the games, they in full tilt. So we're looking to do both genders for this AAU program, and then the long term goal, seeing these kids go to high school, college, and take this sport as far as they can. So that's because I believe we got all the talent in the world, just like any other city, any other state. So seeing these kids, at the next level one day, whether it's junior college, NBA, G League, I don't care. As long as they able to make it out the circumstances that they in, and to hopefully provide for their family one day. Whether it's being a teacher or a firefighter or a doctor or whatever it can be. As long as we provide that opportunity, that's always the goal for us.
Yeah, somebody needs to tell your story, bro. Somebody really you need to put your story to film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we gonna work on it, man. We gonna sit down, Greg. We gonna work on something.
I got you. I got you. That's gonna happen. All right, we gotta do it. And my crew always tells me, Greg, you can't take on everything. Okay, you can take on whatever the hell I want.
Try.
Damn it, I do whatever.
He's still gonna do it. He don't listen to us.
Only way to do is to kidnap him and tie him down somewhere. Knock him out the kidnap.
And y'all know I got to do a curse word a day, so fuck that. All right.
Show he's regular today.
That's the last one I'm gonna do today.
Being real regular.
I'm just saying, man,
or regular.
We try to support. We want to support everything, okay? But how many times? And I'm not just saying us. How many times do people support stuff that's really not doing anything for the bigger picture? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The bigger picture. We all need to, and not just us on the panel. Everybody that's listening, everybody out there. Period. We need to support the things that are, because the kids are our future. I know it sounds like a song, but kids are our future. They need some help. It's not the same as it was when we grew up. Hell, it ain't even the same as it was when Nick grew up. Okay, it's different. It is completely different. So we need to support them. Okay, and Nick, we have a concerted effort to make sure that this gets done, bro. We're gonna help. We're definitely gonna help. So stay in contact with us and keep us honest. Okay. You can say, you can call me and say, hey, Greg, now you said you was gonna. All right, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm gonna call you because my baby's got to be taken care of. Now, I don't have no kids, but I treat them like they mine. So I'm gonna be calling for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with second babies, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
They are.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
They're in your care. They're in your care, and you
funny
looking
as hell
out
to
for
hear
them.
him say that. That's funny as hell to hear him say that. Okay, because he a baby still, as far as I'm concerned. Someone he had to take care of.
Proud of you, Coach.
I love what he's doing, though. I really do.
Appreciate it. Thank you all.
So Nick, if there's anything that you can give us, when I say give us, tell everybody about your struggle, because they don't know. I know your story. They don't know your story, okay? And I know it's been easy, but it's been hard because you had a lot of I'm not gonna say difficulties, but a lot of sadness. Okay, how has that made you get to the man that you are today?
Man, when you go through struggles in life, it shows you who your real friends are, who your real family are. And the best experience and the best teacher in life is experience. So I kind of, my old man passed, and then my grandfather passed. Those are basically my male role models and my teachers. So whenever I went through something in life, I could go to them. So when they passed, it kind of helped me grow up quicker than what I was doing. So then I got to experience a lot of more things, whether they're positive or negative. But at the end of the day, what I did, I just learned from them. I learned from them. I kept going. I stayed with my passion. I love the kids. I love to see them having fun playing the game. Love providing the opportunity. So for me, in the struggle, in the pain, you know what I mean. It's a bright spot always at the end. You put your heart into it. You follow your heart, you're gonna be good at the end of the day. So You know, I shout out my mother. She always give me the best advice she can. And I just
Your
got
mom is so strong, bro. She's so strong.
yeah, man. She the backbone. So, you know, if I'm messing up, she called me. You know what I mean? She just hit me during this interview, send me a text message. Say you love the spotlight like your daddy. So she always in the back of my ear. She always
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be there for
Kim.
sure. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing.
Definitely, man. Hey, let me ask you this as well, Coach. Have you seen one kid going through your program in this short amount of time that you saying, man, they got so much potential, so much going for themselves, and you like really take them under your wing and try to, like you said, make them your child, so to speak, like your pops did?
Man, every day, man. You know, kids. You know, if I go to the barber shop, they may go with me to get a cut. And on our way to the barber shop, we talking about life. We talking about education. We talking about, you know, everything under the sun. You know, they start off shy when they get around you, but it only take them like, you know, a McDonald's meal and they open up. You know, they gonna let you know everything. So all these kids, we pretty much take under our wing, and I say we because I got some great coaches. You know, they develop these kids, and they develop the talent. And, you know, some of these kids, when we first get them, you know, they can't hit water if they fell out of boat. But you watch them grow, you know, over the years, and you start to see that game progress. You start to see them turn from, you know, 15 to 18 to 19, and they turn into real young men. So I give all the kudos in the world to my coaches because they're a big part of what I do. I definitely couldn't do it without myself.
Hey, Nick, you old.
Man, I feel it too, man. I tried to get out there and play with them the other day, man. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get in some shape.
I'm laughing with you, bro. I'm not laughing at you anyway.
No, I'm just saying the same shit they was telling him back in the day. He talking now, okay?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying,
Well, you know,
which is amazing, man. Because
you
know,
can
like I
tell.
said, I knew. Go ahead, Maurice.
You just can tell that, you know, you had that guidance, you know, your grandfather and your father, and you trying to take what you had inside of you and move it on to the next, you know, next generation, which is awesome. I mean, we need more guys like you, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Definitely appreciate it.
So, Nick, you got some of your brothers coaching with you, right?
Yeah, man. Keyvan Ford, Chris Barr, Tyree Robinson, the guys the guys I grew up with. They on the same mission I'm on, man. And, when I say we had, you know, we came up, we had a community, not just our family, but the community came out and they supported us. And we tagged, we did fundraisers, we did everything under the sun. And we had, like I said, family and community that traveled with us. Man, we by the time I was 18, I felt like I seen most of the United States just from playing the game of basketball, and that had opened up my mind to so much more. Because if I just would have seen Gary Knapp in Chicago, I don't think I would be who I am today. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide the same opportunity because all these kids don't get to see that.
Diversify that mind.
That's very important, man. You got to get out. You got to get away sometime, okay? Kendall Nichols says, "I see you, bro." Also watching right now is your boy Aaron Ishman.
Boogie, yeah,
he's
hey,
watching
Boogie.
right now. What's up? Hey, what's going on, man?
Shout
These
out
are all
Boogie.
these guys, man. It's one day, man. I'm gonna have that team on here. All of y'all gonna get on here and stuff, man.
All 200.
Coach, Coach Moore,
it was a core group of about 10 of those guys, man, and couldn't nobody beat them. But I remember, and Nick, I got to tell this story, man. They were playing because I played in the game too. They were playing the parents and staff against them. All right, and I sat down after the first quarter because I'm like, they ain't gonna do me like this. They're not gonna
you
do
were playing.
But at the end of the game,
They'll start cracking and popping.
I forgot the guy's name, man, but he did a dunk, and then Tyree, he cut off the lights, man. It was like it was over, dude. It was done. They were whooping our ass, y'all. Okay,
that's 2 words today.
They were whooping our ass. Coach Ray wasn't playing, okay, but they was whooping. I sat down because I'm like, y'all really gonna do this, right? Y'all done seen these boys jump out the gym, but y'all really gonna do this, okay? Nick had the handles, all right. Tyree had stupid handles, all right. But they had some. Floyd, that's the one. Floyd dunked on somebody, man, and then Tyree ran and cut the lights off. It was over. And I had already got my regular clothes back on because I said I don't want no parts of it. We old men trying to play these guys because we done already talked a good game.
Yeah. That came from all them butt whoopings we took, man. You know, y'all been beating up on us since we was like, 9, 10 years old. You know, we used to go home crying because we couldn't win the game. So once we got
Lost your audio.
You lost the audio on you, Coach.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, so no, once we got to the age, 7th, 8th grade, we can take y'all on. We wasn't letting off no mercy.
They were.
Yeah, we weren't showing no mercy.
It was so funny though, y'all, because they didn't only give us no mercy. Okay, everybody they played. I mean, they were so well oiled, man. I mean, they weren't losing. They were not losing, and that was his class. Was the first graduating class from Theo Bowman High School. All right. Theo Bowman Leadership Academy, I should say, very first class. So they did a lot of firsts. All right, they gave the school the first with so much pressure on the coach as well. All right, they gave the school the first state championship. I mean, the whole city went downstate to check them out. All right, then they came back and gave them another championship. Went downstate and got cheated. I'm going to tell you they got cheated. They got cheated, but they went downstate nonetheless. Okay, but and that's the legacy that you've left, man. All right, it's a good legacy, but now you got big shoes to fill, and I think that you're gonna make it happen, man. And everybody, again, if you're watching this, get in contact with Nick Moore. Make sure you guys do whatever you can to support the efforts that he's putting out there, because it's all for good. It's all for good. We want to make sure that our kids are doing something, because there's literally nothing but video games, cell phone, internet, this and that. Okay, we need to get them away and try to do something that's going to further their lives. Period.
Positive, yeah.
Man, Nick, you teach them, man. You creating adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate it. You just giving back. You just teaching what we just taught. So that's the goal, man. I appreciate you having me on. This was big for sure.
We're gonna make it happen, bro.
Nick, I have one more quick question regarding donations. Okay, so this is AAU, the association. So if you got financial donations, does that go to the AAU national and then it trickles down to, it'll go straight to your organization?
Yep, it goes straight straight to our program. Yep.
Okay.
No, we ain't doing that. If we got to do that way, we'll put it under the table. I don't care.
Yeah, I asked because I used to work with.
We gonna go.
That's how a lot of when you have an association like that, that's all over the country. A lot of times, it goes to the national, and they trickle it down to the ones that they want to go to.
Yeah, Marcy, we're from the hood. We know how to make it happen.
Believe me, I made it happen. I had to learn. That's what I'm asking, so I know how to maneuver some stuff.
We will make it work. Oh yeah, hey Nick, look, man, meet me over there by Walgreens, dog. We know how to make it work. All right, it's gonna happen.
Yep, we're gonna make it happen for sure.
For sure. Anything else you want to tell the people about your efforts, man? The Falcons.
Man, we just appreciate the love. We've been getting a lot of love, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We just been getting a lot of love from the city, the parents. So we just appreciate it. We appreciate you having us on, because I'm just not representing me. I'm representing my family and the team. So the kids are gonna benefit. They're gonna benefit a lot from this. I can feel it, and it's a good thing. So I gotta pay you much gratitude and respect for sure for having me on, bro.
All day, man. We've been talking about this for a minute. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
So to finally get you on here, man, and talk about what you're doing, because you had told me, hey, G, look, I got something I'm getting ready to do, man, and we need to talk about it. And I've been saying, yeah, but I'm like, you know what, it needed to be talked about, and I'm glad we had the opportunity to finally get you, because after I got busy, after I got unbusy, you got busy, and we finally connected, and it's cool. I'm sorry, Coach Upshaw wasn't able to stay on, or I sound like Jimmy Kimmel, don't know, I'm talking about Matt Damon. But But you know, we still got the information that we needed. All right, because it's important, man, to make sure that these kids have an outlet. All right, and as that outlet turns into something that they really start liking, they're going to put more into it. They're going to do what it takes to make sure that they get themselves that opportunity. All right, and you're the catalyst for that, man. So we're going to make sure that you do your thing, man. Probably the next time we see him, man, he's going to be coaching college level. Then 3 years from now he's going to be at the NBA. So
Well, he got to take some of those little ones with him.
I'm taking
Oh,
all
he ain't gonna
of
be little. I'm gonna take all of them with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all of them. I'm gonna give them jobs. They're gonna play basketball. They're gonna be doing executive, working in the front office. They're gonna be doing something for sure.
There you go. There you go. Kenya, appreciate you, man. He said good job. We appreciate you, man.
Coach.
Kendall, we appreciate you, Kendall. Aaron, of course, man. We got to do a FaceTime with you, bro, at some point, man. Miss you, bro. Most definitely. All right, Nick. Well, look, man. We got you. We definitely gonna make you make all of y'all the little brother as a collective group, and we're gonna make some things happen for you, bro.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yep.
You can find me, man. You know where to find me. You got my number. Everybody else, you can hit me on Facebook. Even if you want to come by and watch practice. We practice right at Bethel Church on 5th Avenue. So if you want to come by, if you feel the need to get inspired, they're gonna inspire you. So contact me, man. I'm all ears for sure.
I'm gonna bring my cameras in there with me, so don't get mad.
So you practice? Where's that?
Bethel Church on 5th Avenue.
Is that across from the library?
The YMCA.
Yes. Yep. Across from the library. Yep.
Yep.
You said it's the old YMCA?
Isn't that the old YMCA?
Boys Club. Girls and Boys Club. It used to be the old Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, back in my day, it's the YMCA. I'm sorry.
Oh, you see, you going further back. She going way back. I'm a little bit more recent.
She talking about back when everybody was wearing Chucks. That's what she's talking about.
We're the same age. Remember that?
She had Chucks. She had Chucks with the stripes at the top of the socks and all of that.
Chucks and British Knights.
Running around with lugs gonna break in your ankles.
Those things. We had those high top gym shoes.
She had them G units on. Okay.
We had those high top gym shoes back then.
Just a reminder, Coach Moore, don't forget you're reaching out to Kevin with the videos so he can help you on that end, and then we need your contact information as well.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
I already hit you on Facebook, so if you want to just shoot it back to us.
Okay, bet. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make it happen.
All right.
And again, Nick, this is aired on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. So we can, the link will be on after we're done. The link will be on YouTube, so you can share it with your people and just let them know. This is what we're doing.
Yep. Appreciate it. We're gonna make it happen, boss.
Most definitely. All right, this is Coach Nick Moore of the Falcons, the Marvin Ray Falcons, they call it, okay? And that's it. That's what we got for today, y'all. It's DopelivenTV Live. We appreciate you, bro, for coming through, hanging out with us. And
making Black history.
Love it.
You know what, before we go, Nick, normally we go around the horn so everybody can get their final words, okay? So it don't make a difference what you say. You can say, whatever you want to say. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. But we go around the horn and let everybody give a final thought. Go ahead.
Yeah. You want me to set it off and go first?
You got to set it off, bro.
Man, love and peace, man. I appreciate you again. Any kids or adults too. Follow your dream, follow your passion, man. Through the hardship, stay with it, and God gonna make it work for you for sure. So
without a doubt.
Appreciate it.
That's what's
Very
up.
good words. Very good words.
Yeah, without a doubt, you can't go wrong by following God.
Right.
You can't go wrong.
It's on you, Mom.
Well, I said mine earlier. I've done a lot of stuff with I call them my surrogate children, and I understand fully how you feel about your passion. I even bought kids up from Indianapolis when I moved from Indianapolis to Tennessee. So I know exactly how you feel. Keep that passion, man, and trust me, the reward will come. And like you, all these folks here, they're gonna give you something. We're gonna take care of you.
Most definitely appreciate it.
Kevin?
Hey, Coach. Hey, I'm going to tell you, 10, 15 years from now, you're going to get a phone call from a young man that may not have remembered. That's going to give you your roses. It's just going to tell you that his life was changed because of the conversation you had or an experience you shared with him, or you just been present in his life. I did that to one of my coaches 40 years beyond. He didn't even know that he had impacted my life. Being a coach is a great gift. Do not take that for granted. Dream big, and you're giving people hope. You're giving young people hope. I just want to say thank you for the gift that you're giving. The world's not ready for you, and I will do my part to make sure we get the world ready for you. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Marcella.
I just want to again say I commend you for what you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing. As God blesses you, you're blessing many, many others. They might not tell you now, but as Kevin just said, you might hear something later on. These kids, and I'm trying to keep it together, youth are one of my passions. And we need more people like you out there that love the children, love what you're doing, showing them something different than these streets. Again, continue to put God first. And God's got much more in store for you and your children and your babies.
Thank you.
All right, Gina.
Majority of the time we hear negative things about Gary. Here is where we are hearing something positive. Not only is he reaching out to youth in Gary, but East Chicago, Hammond, all the surrounding areas. It's just a love for kids no matter where they are. And so this is an opportunity for viewers and listeners to help, because there's always negative things said and there's nothing positive. But here's an opportunity where there's positivity. There's a way to impact our youth so that they can have a better life and do something with their lives. So I'm asking all viewers and listeners to help Coach Moore with this organization so that it can continue and it can prosper.
Absolutely. Hey, man, look, you already know how I feel, bro. All right. I'm extremely proud of you, okay? You're taking on a big undertaking, okay? Because just the same as your dad did, man. You're the father to a lot of kids that don't have fathers, all right? You're also the mother to a lot of kids that don't have mothers. You got fathers that drop their kids off, okay? But you're a role model. You're giving these kids something and someone to look up to so that they can go to a different avenue than the path that they were already going down. All right. So, hey, man, I appreciate you. I mean, I always have, you and me have never had bad words with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's always been good. Okay. And as you've grown and you're an adult now, you've been an adult for a while. Okay. But,
it just don't seem like it, right?
It's messed up for me, man, because I know I've been knowing this guy since he was young, man. So it's kind of messed up.
He's still young.
It's a really good thing, okay, because he's growing up and he's doing exactly what we knew he could do. All right, period. And that's teach, inspire, educate. All right, and make sure that you give back the way that it was given to you. All right, so bro, appreciate you, man, and you got family here. Anytime you want to come on here and say anything, let me know. We're gonna stop what we're doing and let you get on. It's all good.
Yeah. For sure, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. The kind words, the loving words. It was definitely inspiration. So I'm gonna take you with me to practice tomorrow. I definitely appreciate y'all for sure.
For sure, man. Okay. God bless you guys, man. Okay, and we'll be talking real soon, bro. Okay, this is DopelivenTV Live. Okay, had a great show today, and we will see you guys tomorrow with some spoken word up in this piece. All right.
Peace.
Love.
Good night.
Good night.